I see that all the time.
Well, good afternoon, folks. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Appreciate a great crowd here for our final Blue-White Luncheon of the year. It's just amazing how fast the year goes by. We start early in August with cross country and volleyball and soccer and all the practice. And sometimes it seems never ending, but the results of all that hard work mean a lot of success. And we have more success to kind of share with you today. I want to start by introducing Latricia Trammell. Latricia, some of you know, spent a couple of years here at OCU 6 or 7 years ago as an assistant coach. She was somebody, when we knew that Rob would be leaving, that was very interesting to me. And it's not unlike my marriage. That interest only requires interest on the other side as well. And I'm proud to say I didn't have to work nearly as hard with Latricia as I did with my own wife. 20 years later, I'm still working. I know a lot of you guys know exactly what I mean there. We have a proud tradition of women's basketball, and we look to continue that tradition. I really couldn't think of a better person to do that than Coach Trammell. So will you just join me in welcoming her to OCU? She doesn't officially start, I think, until May 1st, but yesterday as I left my office, I met her first signee, so she's getting after it. And we're looking to move forward. Now, we have a number of student athletes here. If you're an OCU student athlete, please stand up and let's have you introduce yourself. Here with Savannah, and Savannah, we need your name, your year in school, your sport, and what you're studying.
My name is Savannah Owen. I'm a senior kinesiology major, and I'm a student at Edinburgh. Oh, kinesiology major.
Sport.
Cheer. Sorry.
Just review this again. Your name. And that's your sport. Your major and where you're from. Go.
Okay, my name is Brian Burke. I'm a cheerleader here. I'm a senior in kinesiology, about to graduate in December, and I'm about to go into nursing too after that. So.
My name is Emily Tobin. I'm on the Palm and Cheer squads. I am a 5th year senior biomedical science major, and I am from Buffalo, Illinois.
All right.
My name is Josh Stewart. I'm a junior here. I'm a wrestler, and my major is criminal justice.
All right, Katie.
I'm Katie Profit. I'm a softball player. I'm a senior, and I'm also a biomed major.
Mary.
I'm Mary Large. I'm a golfer, and I'm a junior mass communications major.
James Marcazzani, men's golf team. I'm a sophomore from Australia, and my major is business administration.
All right, thank you guys. Now, we're going to hear updates about cheerleading and baseball and men's golf. We had not planned today a women's golf update, so Mary, stand back up. The last few days we had our conference championship in women's golf, and our conference is much more competitive maybe than it was years ago, which means to win the conference requires really our best effort. Mary shot the 2 best rounds of her career the last couple of days and led us to the conference championship. She's an all-conference golfer. That's good. Mary also has, what do we got? Yoda and Darth Vader and Chewbacca head covers. So she looks like a big intimidating golfer, but deep down inside you're just a huge Star Wars fan. All right, now let's get on to some reports. We're going to start with baseball. We are are currently number 2 in the country with a record of 34-7. Just found out this week that we'll be hosting an NAIA opening round tournament for the World Series. They're going to give us an update on baseball. Welcome our head coach, Denney Crabaugh.
Really? Congratulations, Brandy. Well, that just goes to show we hang banners. That's what it's all about here in our athletic department. Marty, guys, congratulations on your conference championship as well. Kyle, yours is next week. Yeah. I guess we're going to get an update on that. Okay, we're 34-7. Is that what you said? Okay. Ready, number 2 in the country, number 1 in the conference. We've got everything right in front of us. We're 3.5 games ahead of OBU in the conference standings, and we go to Lubbock this week for a big 3-game series. And then we finish next week with Wayland Baptist and then our conference tournament. I feel really good about our team right now. We are as healthy as we've been all year. All of our pitchers our arms are good and they're throwing, and we're getting some innings in. That's been the biggest concern I've had all year, all these games. We're only going to play, if we play all of our games, and I'm going to tell you about some games we're adding here. If we play all of our games, we're going to miss 8 games or 7 games on the season. We lost 7 games to the weather. And those 7 games, a lot of those games, at least 5 of them, are bottom part of the road pitching staff would have been getting those innings in to try to prepare ourselves for playoffs. And that's kind of the whole thing that we try to do, is try to work in our way, preparing ourselves for playoffs, 9-inning ball games, and multiple games on multiple days. And these games that we're trying to pick up, I mean, I've been scrambling. I even, and if some of you guys know me as in the baseball coach, so it'd be kind of, it's more of a joke, but I've even called a bunch of Kansas schools offering to go north to go play. And most people know I don't go north of Mason-Dixon line. I don't leave Oklahoma border. I don't go north to play. Very rarely, I let them come to me. But I've been offering, we've been so struggling to try to get games that I've even offered to go north, and that hasn't helped at all. But we have picked up some games in our schedule. That's going to help us. I mean, we've got the 3 games against Lubbock this week. Next Tuesday, we are playing East Central at home. I believe it's a 6 o'clock start, 7 o'clock start. And then we have moved in our schedule, original schedules. The Wayland Baptist series is now going to be Thursday and Friday. Their coach called and asked to move that up. And Rich, this morning we added UCO on that Saturday at 2 o'clock at their place. So these extra games, these couple of extra games, the East Central game, the UCO game, are games that we're adding that, you know, our other guys are number 4 and 5 starters, and other guys that are mainly bullpen guys are going to get some time and prepare us for the conference tournament, which happens May 2nd. And we will be hosting the conference tournament. It's a round robin format, 2 places, us and OBU. We'll host 3 games starting that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday night. We'll play 1 game a day. Those 3 days we'll play at this, probably the feature game, 6 o'clock ball game. And then the champions will meet at OBU on Saturday. And that's good and well. And we want to do well in the conference tournament, but our focus is going to be the opening round. The opening round tournament that we will be hosting beginning May 12th will determine whether or not we go to Lewiston. And that's the one that our concentration is going to be on, because that's the tournament that is ultimately going to decide how far we go in our season. But we're healthy. We're playing good. Miguel Beltran, I was hoping he was going to be able to be here, but he got stuck into class. You know, stupid class. But he thought he was going to be able to get out early, but he couldn't, and that's one of the reasons I'm a little bit late. But he's leading the NDA in home runs. He's done a great job. Dane Phillips has done a great job. I think we're really in a great place. I feel better. I told Keith last night, I feel better about us going to Lubbock right now, and we're in better shape than any other time that we've gone to Lubbock. If you can feel good about going to Lubbock. It's like I said, there's a reason there's a big, #1 country song, "Happiness is Lubbock, Texas in a rearview mirror." There is a reason for that. But anyway, we're going to go out there and play hard. We can go out there and get win that series. We won this week, but if we go win the series and come back and do what we need to do against Wayland, they're number 10 in the conference, then we will be the #1 seed, and that is important. to stay in the top 9 in the rankings, in the national rankings, because if we do, that means we will be a #1 seed on our own field come opening round tournament. And there's a 100% chance statistically that if we're a #1 seed on our field, we go to Liston and go compete for national championship. And hopefully, Randy, we're going to bring back a banner just like both golfs. Kyle, you and I, we got to represent the girls are kicking our butts. So we're our last 2, wrestling and basketball, and now, anyway, so we got to go do it. #1 golf team. And this athletic program outstanding. Don't you love it? Don't you love being a part of it? By the way, welcome. We're looking forward to it. Congratulations. All this family, OCU family, is behind you 100%, win or tie. Any questions?
Will the add-on games be on the website listed or not?
Yes. I think the East Central game is on. Rich, is the East Central game on the website already? Okay, and the change in the Wayland Baptist games?
Yes.
Thursday and Friday, and then we're going, like I said, UCO, 2 o'clock, Saturday the 28th. Any other questions? Thank you all.
Well, I had told Latricia to be prepared because Coach Crabaugh would mention her in some way. And if memory serves, you really got off very easy compared to Rob's first one. All right, you may think that the world's largest trophies exist right behind me. And just like everything else, if you were at a recent event, you know we didn't go gather those trophies. We went out and busted our backside and won them. And by we, I don't mean me. I mean the young men and women that you met from cheerleading. So let's get an update on our most recent championships from our head coach, Brandy Corcoran.
Well, I can tell you by adding this new stunt sport, it made for a very long trip. We did not have a down day. We got there Wednesday night late, went immediately, dropped our stuff and went to practice, got out, didn't eat dinner until 9 o'clock that night, and Palm was up at 4:30 doing makeup for their first run through. It was a long and fast trip, and it felt like every second of the day we had a team competing somewhere. We finished up with 2 national championships in cheer on large co-ed and all-girl, and they did an outstanding job. If you have not gotten to go online and watch the videos yet, I would encourage it because it was close. Large co-ed more so. All-girl, we really didn't know what to expect because the all-girl division for NAI did not make last year, so we did not have anything to go out and scout and see what our competition was like. But after prelims, we were almost a full point ahead, which if you can relate it to gymnastics, that's huge. A full point. We won large co-ed by 0.2. So, I mean, that's a pretty big win for them. And all they had to do was go in finals and hit, and they did. We struggled on the Palm side a little bit. We had some difficulty there, but we still finished up with a 3rd and a 10th in hip hop. The stunt group that you guys got to see at our last performance, they ended up in 5th, and it was a little bit sad on that side because every single judge that came through said all you had to do is hit. We ended up in 5th with 2 drops. So they really liked what we put out there, and sadly 2 of them or 3 of them were seniors, so they won't get to put that same thing out there again, but they did well. Starsky brought us home a runner-up. He got runner-up to George Washington, and he did good. It was his first time to compete as Starsky, and he made us proud. We did Christmas in Daytona, and we had elf shirts on everywhere, so we definitely put our name out there. And then we finished up the weekend, the long weekend, with stunt. And we led the game the whole entire time until after the half and 3rd quarter. We ended up with a tie game, and UCO pulled it off in the finals. They ended up beating us in the finals, so we got runner-up in stunt as well. But we made it to the national championship finals in Division II for the first time as an NAI school, so we were very pleased with that. A little disheartened that we had to finish up on the runner-up side of it because we knew we were the better team, but that's the way it happens. You have 2 minutes out there to to mess up what you've done a full year. But that's the way it works. You know, it could be one stroke, it could be one free throw, it could be anything. And we just didn't finish up as strong as we'd like to. But it was a tiring weekend, and they're looking at even making a day in between the actual finals and then stunt next year, just to kind of give the kids a day to recoup a little bit instead of having to go 3 days hard. So good weekend, lots of hardware brought home. In fact, we even sent it home in the trunk of a car instead of trying to fly with it this year. We had some parents that drove, so we put it in the back of theirs and got it back late last night. So, any questions?
You briefly mentioned Derek Pepperis.
Yes, Derek, we had an injury at the last minute, and we ended up competing with a men's wrestler as well as a women's basketball player. Tiffany Goldwire came out again this year and did a great job for us once again, and then Derek Pepperis came out, and he actually did crowd involvement with us for both the all-girl and the co-ed team, and it was his first experience ever, and he just kind of would look at you and you would tell him to do something and he had no clue what you were talking about, so you just had to kind of walk him through it, but then you didn't have to do it twice. Once you got him going in the right direction, he did good. Very respectful young man, and it was great to have, you know, people from other sports come in and see what it's like, because it was a big eye-opener for them. So, it was great. Anyone else? Thank you.
Derek Pepperis is an All-American wrestler. Had a great career for us, finished up this year, and I think he enjoyed his experience so much that he may want to try that again. So that's really good.
Well, his comment was he was thinking about grad school somewhere else, but he's kind of got hooked on this now, so he may try grad school at OCU.
There you go, one young man among thousands of young women. Go far. All right. James Marchesani, ever thought about cheerleading?
No, never really seen it till I came to America, so it's a bit different for me as well.
All right. All right. Speaking of James, our men's golf team is currently #2 in the country. We're coming off a tournament victory at a Division I tournament in Louisiana. We have more national championships in men's golf than any other NAI institution, with 7. And the guy that's led us to every one of them is our head coach, Kyle Blaser.
Got a strong back, Denney. You got to get something done, don't we? Patricia, welcome back. I ran it in the hall yesterday in Crestview, Colorado, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Look out my bedroom, and there's the slopes and the mountains and the beauty, and you know what she said? Friends and family, what brought me back, and that's true about all of you guys. Great family here. Men's golf team, we have been, it's been a roller coaster ride this year. 1 week we played great, 1 round we played great, 36 holes one day, you'd think, you know, the whole day would go relatively the same, and then you start, where did this come from? But we're starting to ride the ship. I'm feeling really good about this group. We're starting to manage our game a little bit better. We're led by James Marchesani back there. Last year he was the National Nicholson Award winner, which goes to the top freshman in the entire country. So James was the recipient of that award. We've also got, and again, he's leading us this year. He's top 5 in scoring average in the country. He's averaging about 72. Got to see one of my most impressive rounds in my career, and I've been here 15 years, so I've got to see some good ones. But we were at TPC Las Colinas, which they have a professional event there, and granted the conditions were, you know, it was dead, which I think it's easier to play golf when the grass is green. You don't have to worry about your lie. But he goes out and shoots 64. And Scott Burplank, whose son's on our team, says he hates the golf course because it's one of the tougher golf courses they play, and he fired a little 64 there. So that's what kind of caliber players we've got. We've also got Clark Collier. He's a senior. Clark's a 3-time All-American. Clark finished 3rd last week at Louisiana Monroe. Had a chance to win it, as did James. James had a strong finishing round, finished 4th. Another senior from Norman, Oklahoma, Taylor Artman. Taylor's probably you watch him hit a golf ball, he's a lefty, and it hooks. I mean, he's glad that trees get blown down in windstorms so that he can play the hole. But he's probably the scrappiest player I've ever coached. I mean, you could throw a golf ball over there in the salad dish, and he's going to get it up and down for par. And then lastly, or not lastly, but Michael Palmer's playing four-man for us. He's a South African. He was also a Mickelson Award winner. He's been up and down this year, but you know, he's a guy that when he plays, he could beat anybody in the country. And we've got 4 or 5 guys like that. We've actually got 6 returning All-Americans, which we play 5. So as a coach, that's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because there's going to be some good players that get left at home come national time. Sondre Ronald, Elliott Groves have both been playing really well. This week we're going to Lubbock. And actually, Denney, I'm looking forward to it. So if there's Lubbock fans, show us some love here. I'd like to have a party when we come in. You know. But we're leaving Saturday morning, heading out to Lubbock. I'm excited. Oklahoma Christian's #1 in the country. We last played them at Texas Wesleyan, and it came down. You know, you play 54 holes of golf, got 5 guys. That's a lot of shots, and it came down to a tie. So we flip a coin. We go out on the golf course. Heads, we win. We send the 3 foreigners. We got 3 foreigners, and they're just, I mean, they're inseparable. We're going coach. They go, and you know, James is kind of the hero. He hits, you know, he's a little bitty kid. But how far was the 3-wood you hit last week in the playoff?
We'll say 300 plus.
3-wood, 330 yards. The other guy's drivers were 60 behind him. We have to hit 3-wood because he brings more danger into play because he hits it a long ways. But anyway, Texas Wesleyan's turn. We're in a tie. Oklahoma Christian, 1 versus 2. James hits driver. I'm with him. You know, I walk with the 3 guys. He hits it up by the green, and his answer is go in the hole, go in the hole, go in the hole. It's a par 5. So I got the next group coming back, and I just hear a roar up there. James holds out for eagle, and we have a birdie. So we're off to a good start, great start. And we end up winning the playoff. James, you know, he makes an eagle, which is a big shot. Last week, we get another playoff, which, you know, the coach, we were going to play, I've never done this. I've never been in a playoff. How's it work? Well, we've been in a bunch of them. So our guys are all excited. And, you know, we end up beating Louisiana Monroe, the host school, which we were the only non-Division I team. We beat them in a playoff also. And James hits a 330-yard 3-wood, and then he hits a 5-iron from 240 to another par 5. And, you know, he gives himself a look at eagle again. He makes birdie, and, you know, the guy stepped up. So we're really peaking at the right time. Got a lot of great players. I'm excited about going to Lubbock. We haven't seen Christian in a couple weeks. We've been going 6 weeks straight. We actually had this week off, so I'm letting the guys get caught up with their homework, and we're going to start back up. We played yesterday, but we're going to start practicing hard the next few days. But we're excited. I'm expecting great things out of this group. So we got Lubbock Monday, Tuesday. We've got our fundraiser. What's the date, Marty? The 11th. What time? 8 a.m. Lincoln Park West. Okay, we got that. And then the big one is a national tournament, May 22nd, Salem, Oregon. You know, we are OCU. We don't go to the national tournament with anything. I mean, second place is first loser in our eyes. So we're going to win. And I think I've got the group to do it. We're peaking at the right time, and I'm excited about what's going on. How many seniors we got? 5, 6 seniors. Got a lot of seniors graduating. I feel very happy with the recruiting class coming in, and look for great things to happen. You can follow us. I know I was getting text messages from former players and fans that they do this golf stat live scoring, which they have actual people. Hey, what'd you make on this hole? Every 3 holes, and it's pretty accurate. So I was getting text messages, well, you're tired, what's going on? And that they will have that at our conference tournament, so you can follow that throughout the day. As a coach, it's pretty cool that I get to see who's messing up on the golf course, and I can go try to help minimize the disaster. And they'll also have that at the national tournament. Got exciting things. I think my back's strong. I'm ready to go get it done. I know yours is. Let's do it for the men this year. Any questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
What kind of balls do y'all use?
They're white. I'm not going to give that secret.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a company that gives us the ball that kind of shovel under the door. Thank you.
My experience, Joe, is it's not the golf ball. But I saw Greg Kerskeeter hit about a 600-yard drive. We were out at Twin Hills one day. He sliced the crap out of the ball, and it bounced right down I-35.
It's still going.